this video, we're going to review the new features in VSS version 2.4, specifically the Orders module and the new QuickBooks functionality, as well as the Fuel Log module. We do encourage you to check out our other instructional videos for full demonstrations on this solution's functionality, as these videos are only going to highlight what's new. In the Orders module, we have added a field for an insurance claim number and an insurance company. So in the event that the order you're dealing with did not come from Boat US, you can go ahead and add a claim number as well as tag it with an insurance company. This field right here is what we call an editable dropdown, so it gives you the ability to add values that you regularly use, but also the flexibility to add a new company on the fly. We also added validation in this member ID field, so if I were to come in and put something that was incorrect, it would bring up a warning and to let me know that there was bad data. Up here, we have updated the statuses to be more intuitive. New means that this order has just been pulled to the iPad or just created. Assigned to captain means that the captain has been assigned, but they haven't actually retrieved the order. And then pulled to iPad means that the captain has pulled the order locally to his iPad. Ready to process means that the captain has updated and submitted the order back to the central dispatch file. And reviewed means that the order has been reviewed by the dispatcher and is ready to be pushed or has been pushed to QuickBooks. And then paid means that there's no outstanding balance on the order. One of the big things that we're really excited about with this release is that now the bookkeeper or the dispatcher, whoever works with the QuickBooks file, can do batch pushing. What that means is that if you come over here to the list view and we're sorted by QuickBooks status, you're going to see some different icons in here. This red icon means that the invoice has not been pushed to QuickBooks. This orange icon means that the order has been pushed to QuickBooks but has since been updated or changed in V.S.S and needs to be repushed. And this green icon means that this invoice has been pushed to QuickBooks and is up to date. So each of these icons, as you see, has a tooltip for quick reference. They're viewable in this list view as well as in this form view. In order for an invoice to be included in what we call a batch push to QuickBooks, it needs to be marked as reviewed. So if we come back to this order, you can see is ready to process. And like we mentioned earlier, that means that the captain has already filled it out and sent it back, so it's ready to process. And the dispatcher can look over this order, and once they've confirmed that everything is correct, they can go ahead and click Mark as Reviewed. It will change the status to Reviewed, and that signifies that this order has been reviewed and is okay to be pushed to QuickBooks. So when we come back to our list view, you're going to see all these statuses that say Reviewed. What you would need to do is come up and click Push to QuickBooks, and that's going to look for a reviewed status as well as this red or yellow icon. So it's not going to push anything that's already over and up to date because that would waste time. But what it is going to do is it's going to look at that there's a modified order that needs to be pushed and there are new orders that have been reviewed that need to be pushed. So when you click this button, it'll pop up and say X amount of numbers are new to be pushed to QuickBooks and one order is updated and needs to be pushed to QuickBooks. Similarly, this Pull Balances button will pull all your current invoice balances into VSS. So anything that's been pushed, it's then going to go ahead and check and pull in any outstanding balances. If you're interested in pushing just individual records to QuickBooks, you do have the ability to do that. What you would do is, now that it's been marked as reviewed, you can come over here and you can see it has not been pushed to QuickBooks. You would just come to this other side of the field and you click this little icon right here, and that would push the order to QuickBooks. You could also click this icon next to the Paid On field, and that's going to go ahead and pull the balance information. So you have the ability to do individual pulling and pushing, and then you also have the ability to do this batch pushing and pulling that does them all at one time. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and check out the Fuel Log module. In the Fuel Log module, we've added a few catches to prevent erroneous data entry. So when you're adding a new fuel, the system is going to catch for things like future dates, no engine hours, conflicting engine hours. It's also going to, we've now required you to add a fueling captain. So we're just going to go ahead and start plugging in a date. We're going to do the 31st, and we're going to give it a cost per gallon, and then we're going to give it a total cost, and it's going to calculate our number of gallons for us. These three fields right here are all individual calculations, so depending upon how you fuel or what contracts you have with your fueling locations, you can put in cost per gallon, total cost, and it will calculate number of gallons. You could put in the number of gallons and the total cost, and it will calculate the cost per gallon. So if we said we put in 13 gallons and it cost us $60, we'll come here and it was $4.62 per gallon. So let's accidentally skip engine hours and put in the boat and the location. Click Save. It's going to pop up and say that the 31st is 5 days from today. Would we like to use this date? Nope, we don't want to use this date. And then we'll go ahead and click Save again. And it's telling us that please enter engine hours for this boat. That's because we also require an entry in engine hours. However, 0 is an acceptable entry. So we'll come in, enter 40 engine hours, click Save. It's telling us we have to link a personnel. We'll link our personnel, we'll click Save, and it's going to go, wait a minute. We have a log in here, you can see it right behind me, on the 26th with 33 engine hours. You're trying to put a log in on the 25th with 40 engine hours. Would you like to continue? Nope, we would not like to continue. So we're going to go ahead and come in here and fix that. And then it's going to go ahead and accept our fuel log. So the maintenance log is also going to go ahead and catch 4 entries for future dates. So if we come in and again try to do the 31st, it's going to say that that's 5 days from today. Are you sure you want to proceed? Just like the other ones. You could then come in and fix the date. And then you'd be able to go ahead and save it. So that's what's new for the orders module and the fuel log. Make sure you check out our other videos on what's new in version 2.4 and our other videos that are full-on instructional demonstrations of what this product can do.